Now here it is, Liberty Call.
Hi, my name is Scott, and I have been a volunteer on the USS Slater for 5 years. I was actually coming up to Albany to the State Museum and was looking on Google Maps, saw the Slater was here. I had no clue that there was a historical ship here. So I forced my family to stop by and we took a tour, and the tour is phenomenal. Cassidy did the tour, she did a great job. And after the tour is over, I talked to my wife about volunteering. She said it'd be phenomenal. And I took the paperwork and signed up. Prior Navy service, I am a big historical buff, especially with naval history, and specifically for me, the Pacific Theater. I am a submariner, so the thought of what was actually hunting me kind of intrigued me. So I thought, what the heck, this would be a great thing. You know, I only do it monthly. If I can, I do live an hour and a half away. So it is a bit of a drive to get up here, but I thoroughly enjoy it. You know what, it's the interaction with the public. You know, you're not gonna come here if you don't wanna be here. And the people that do come in are very interested about it. You even get the people that have served on these ships before, and that makes it extra special. I gave a tour to a guy that was from the Colombian Navy, and he actually served aboard a Cannon-class destroyer escort that was given to the Colombian Navy after World War II. And it was, he was giving me information about it throughout the tour. It was amazing. I spent 6 years in the Navy, served aboard the USS Fargo, wearing a hat. Surgeon class attack boat, served from 88 to 94, and it was an absolute wonderful experience. I'm standing right in front of it, and we're in the engine room. When I was in the Navy myself, I worked in the engine room, machinist mate, nuclear. I know this isn't a steam plant, it's a diesel plant. Another point that kind of makes it a little special place in my heart is my father worked on these identical diesel engines here. However, it was for the railroad, same type of engine. These are marine diesels rather than locomotive diesels, but it's all the same thing. So my father and I have had long talks about these diesels. I had a uncle, never met him. He was my father's uncle actually, that served in the Air Force during World War II. He was stationed in Britain, but he never made it to the continent, but he was in the war. I just appreciate the people that volunteer. I appreciate the people that come in. I appreciate the fact that we have all of these people that volunteer their time, and a lot more time than I volunteer. But all of these people that volunteer to keep this ship afloat and to keep it looking the way it is, it's an amazing thing, especially this guy. I do now. Once you're stationed aboard ship in the Navy, you always have an affinity for that ship. I'll always remember the Fargo, and this feels like my new home port. So I'm always going to be, I'll always have an affinity for the Slater. I tell people, especially the ones that have served before, we're always looking for volunteers. We appreciate anyone that's done things before, whether it's for restoration, whether it's for tour guide work, education, it doesn't matter. We're always looking for people. You know, I mentioned that we do not receive any money from the government. We are purely public funded, and then anything they can give would be appreciated. And if I'm ever offered a tip, I'll politely decline it, and I'll tell them to please tip the ship. It's a bit of a difference there. I wouldn't mind. I mean, any military history to me is good history, and I think a tank would be good. I think a tank would be fantastic. You know, it wouldn't increase the workload, I don't believe, too much. If it's a static display out there, it's not like you're gonna, unless someone wants to get it running, which would be pretty great. But it would be neat. Yeah, it would attract more people. Anything to attract more people.